And it has 2 humps.
2 humps.
Not 1. 2.
2.
Like Sally the camel.
Yeah.
And Barney.
Yeah.
Sally the camel has 2 humps. Sally the camel has 2 humps.
You are saying something I've never heard in my life.
Sally the camel from Barney.
Yeah,
I start that over because I was yawning in the middle of it.
Here's to many nights under the stars, wherever you go, I wanna be where you are, and you should know that even if our times get hard, there's not a day we'll be apart, so you should know.
Okay. Rolling.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. You're supposed to say the next part.
Rolling,
Rawhide.
rolling. Oh, rawhide.
Keep moving, moving, moving. Oh, they're disapproving. Keep them doggies moving. Rawhide.
I had a workout this morning, and we are at a significantly higher elevation than we have been in quite some time.
Yes.
And it is,
He's still recovering.
oh my,
But it's gorgeous out.
it is gorgeous out.
Yeah.
It's like 65 degrees, 60 degrees probably, and
Sunny.
yes, sunny.
Slight breeze.
Not sunny and 75 like we've been for some time.
Not sunny and 75, but no humidity.
Yeah, a little bit, but not
Not enough to count.
not enough to count.
Yeah.
Hello, adventurers, and welcome to our
Week
7 East Coast trip around the country, and the ending of one chapter and the beginning of a new.
Yeah.
So if you've been watching for the last few weeks, we broke it up into 7 weeks, but it really is only a
About 5.
5 weeks journey.
Yeah.
But I left my last job on 3 September, and we spent the entire month of September traveling all throughout the East Coast, visiting friends and family and waiting on helicopters to pass. But we spent the month of September visiting friends and family and beautiful places, and seeing some sights of things that we had been neglected.
I have to answer this phone call.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Who is it? Important people?
Yes.
So Blair started a new job today, and I'm pretty excited for her. She's getting to do some unique things here out west, and we'll be floating around the western side of the country for a while, getting as much ski time as we can as we're encroaching upon wintertime here. We actually had some snow coming through Park City, Utah 2 days ago, and we are very much excited to be back into the mountainous region of the country, because we've been on the East Coast, the coast, for some time now, and glad to be back out west. And here's Blair back.
Ready for pickup.
Your ID card?
What did I miss? Yes.
I'm just telling everybody you got a new job, and we're excited to be out here in the west for a while.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So it's funny watching Blair be nervous about something.
Yeah, I've done it before. Starting new. Worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do it again.
That's been my life for the last 25 years, is start anew with a new rank or a new billet or a new location.
Yeah.
We spent the month of September traveling all throughout the East Coast, seeing beautiful sights and things that we had not previously visited before, and visiting with some family and friends. So it was a wonderful journey, went by way too fast, but I'm very thankful to have it. So if you watched our last video, we ended with a trip down from Pittsburgh down to South Carolina, a whirlwind, few days.
A lot of days on the road, yeah.
But we had a lot of time driving. Yeah. And we landed in Parris Island, South Carolina. If you're not familiar with that, it's right outside of Beaufort, the city of Beaufort, South Carolina, not Beaufort, as they say in North Carolina. And it's not far from Hilton Head, South Carolina, if you've never been there. And as we arrived in Beaufort, I had to get a haircut and a shave because I hadn't shaved my face or had a haircut in
Over a month.
almost a month at that point, almost exactly 1 month to the day. Hello, everyone. It's been about a month since I've been in uniform or gotten a haircut or done anything with my hair or beard, but I'm about to go clean myself up right now. See you in a minute. Here's a guy that I recognize, all cleaned up, no beard.
It was a transformation.
It was a transformation. But we went there because that's where my Marine Corps career began in 1997 when I attended basic training there. So it was nice. I always call it going home because Parris Island is like home in many ways. Not only did I train there, basic training, I served as a drill instructor training other young men and women to become a United States Marine.
Yeah.
So it was really neat, kind of a homecoming thing. So we arrived on a Wednesday. We walked out to the Elliott's Beach, it's called. We stayed in the RV park there on the base, and a short little walk down the road to Elliott's Beach. And it's a nice place to view the sunsets. You can look across the water and see Hilton Head Island.
Yeah.
But it is a beautiful, beautiful little spot, little tranquil spot on the depot. And we had a good night and got up early the next morning because I had to go run with the recruits.
Yes.
So Family Day begins with a motivational run, and it's a 2.5 mile run, maybe, of down the main strip of the depot, do a U-turn and come back down the main strip. And it's really fun watching parents see their new Marine for the first time and finding them in a crowd. But they have the mascot is out. This current mascot is Opha May.
Yeah.
Named after the first female Marine, Opha May Johnson, 1918. But Opha May is a bulldog. She's the mascot, current mascot aboard the depot. You'll get to see her again on Friday morning at the graduation ceremony as well. After the motivation run, we went and got cleaned up and put on a uniform and went over to the indoor training facility to watch. They introduce all the staff and all the drill instructors, and then that's the first time that the families actually get to hug and touch their new Marine for the first time. And then they spend from that time, which is about 10 in the morning, to 6 o'clock or 1800 for you military type. In the evening, they get to spend that time with their family, visiting all the spots around the depot, going to the exchange, going to the commissary, and going to see where all the training took place aboard the depot. So it's a really neat time for the families to get to reconnect because the next day they're going to graduate, then they're going to go to sleep on the depot one more night, and then they're going to go on to their next phase of training.
Yeah.
They used to get a 10-day leave period between those two events, but they don't at the current time. So they have an extended family day time with them there, so it's really nice.
Yeah.
The rest of the day we spent with some family in town, and then driving around checking out some spaces because it's been a number of years since we've been there. Yeah. But shopping and picking up things for our special event the following day.
Yeah.
That night we had a awesome family dinner. Thank you, Mom and Daddy Rowe, for hooking that up. It was a lot of fun, and everybody who showed up, I'm just so thankful to get to break bread and
good friendship, good fellowship.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was good.
Friday morning, very early, Blair and I get up. They come and picked us up and took us over to the General's building for the morning colors ceremony. So some of the families are out there in the stands, but every morning aboard every Marine Corps installation at 08, the flag comes up and national anthem plays. But they put the big holiday flag up. It's a gigantic flag. And the band plays a few songs out there. And from there, we made our way down to the parade deck, Petros parade deck, for the graduation ceremony, where I was honored to be the parade reviewing officer. So as a parade reviewing official, you are the commanding general's guest. The current commanding general is Brigadier General Nethercott. I had a wonderful experience with her and her sergeant major. We got to go have coffee with them right after the morning colors before we would go down to the parade deck, and we ran with them during the motivational run the day before.
Yeah.
So it was a really nice visit. Thank you, General Nethercott, for your and your staff's wonderful welcoming Blair and I to the depot, and made our weekend trip a very special one.
Yes, it did.
So we go to the parade deck. The general, the sergeant major, me as the sergeant major, and Blair, we all walk up the parade deck, and they start the ceremony right then.
Yeah.
So it starts with the dog comes out. They bring out Ofa May, and everybody claps, and it's really fun because she's dressed in her dress blue deltas now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then the band is out there on the parade deck, and the staff marches out, and the adjutant goes out and calls everyone to attention. And then the band plays, and they play adjutant's call, and all the 520 newly minted young Marines come marching out on the parade deck with their drill instructors leading the charge. And it is an impressive sight. It is something every American should see. People say, thank you for your service, and they're proud of the military. But I don't think many people realize the sheer volume. Almost weekly, aboard Parris Island, South Carolina, and San Diego Recruit Depot, the Marine Corps makes 400 to 500 new Marines almost weekly.
Yeah. And when you see that many Marines in one location just for one Friday, it makes you realize, wow.
And the Marine Corps is the smallest branch.
Yeah.
After the staff marches out and all the new platoons march out, they bring them all to the center where the guidons come to the forward and go march back out. Then the battalion commander speaks. He had the 3rd Battalion commander there was fantastic, and I really appreciated his message to the parents and the families and the new Marines. Something they do at every graduation is they recognize any former service member, and it's inevitable that it's hundreds of them. Then the sergeant major came up and grabbed me, and we marched out on the parade deck to march the command and review. So the staff presents, salutes me as I come out as the guest, as a parade reviewing officer. And I salute back and say, march the command and review. And then they begin a march. Everybody marches by and they salute, and I salute them back, myself and the regimental sergeant major. After everybody marches by, the band marches by, the colors march by, all 520 new Marines march by. It's really cool to look into their eyes as they march by.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm standing right on the parade deck right by them. Yeah. Now, serving as a drill instructor, I was on the other side of that for 14 training cycles. So whether I was as a platoon drill instructor, or I was a series chief drill instructor, or I was in the staff or some semblance of that, I watched that graduation from people that I actually had a chance to do it from the other side more than 14 times, because I was a staff member for other graduations as well. So I've seen it from the other side many times. It was really unique to watch it from this side.
Yeah.
But after they all marched by, we go over and I shake hands with all the members of the staff, and they presented me with this nice, very nice plaque, which I really appreciated. And it was an unexpected gift. And it had, a picture of the depot that says, "We Make Marines." Really beautiful place. We'd ran by that sign the next day, and we took a picture of the rig right below that sign too. So really neat opportunity. Then they dismiss them, and then they get to spend a few hours again with their families before their families depart. And but after the graduation, we left and walked down the street to the Brig and Brew on base. It used to be the base brig.
Yeah.
But they turned it into this little pub and, kind of a social gathering spot.
Brig meaning jail.
Yeah, brig.
Yeah.
The base jail.
Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying.
Of course. Anytime.
They still have the jail cells in
They
there,
do
which
still
we
have the
did not get a picture.
I wanted to get your picture behind it.
I didn't even think about it.
We talked about it the day before, but I forgot.
So my retiring officer was Colonel Reed. Sir, thank you very much for your coming down to be a part of that. I'm very honored. My narrator and pastor and awesome human being that came down, my former executive officer, Colonel Thomas. Thank you, sir. It was great to see you. In the audience, I had Marines that I've served with throughout the years, some I haven't seen in many, many years, many of our family, many of our friends, and it was just a wonderful, small gathering group of awesome humans.
A friend set of parents that just happened to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the Marines I was served in Afghanistan with, parents lived right there by, so they came by the graduation and came to the thing too. So it's wonderful, wonderful event. I was so thankful to have to feel the love in the room and just to be a part of that day. Yeah. I owe a tremendous thank you to this awesome human, because she set it all up and took my vision of the day and made it come true. So
you're welcome.
I'm very thankful.
Anytime.
So we read all the retirement certificates and the letters from all the people that we got letters from, and it was a really nice ceremony. And then they presented us with some very unexpected gifts.
Oh, yeah.
These cool chairs sitting here, and my former name sign, which is now on our door up there, but my name placard from my last command. So it was a very nice send-off.
A good day.
Good day.
Yeah.
Ceremony went great. Fellowship and friendship. And what I find really neat is people who helped train me and make me a better Marine were sitting in the room with randomly that we didn't even know. So you connect the dots, and it shows me how intrinsically linked most Marines are, not to mention most service members, but Marines in particular. Because sitting in that room or standing in that room that day was someone who helped train me as a young sergeant, and his someone he had worked with in the past was also standing in a room, and they didn't know that, we were not all mutually connected. But somehow, some way, I kept finding ways to be astounded at how small the Marine Corps is, and of my time in, how interwoven we all are and are a little piece of each other, which is really neat. Most of the pictures you're going to see today were taken by my sister Allison. So thank you very much for bringing your big camera and taking some good photos, because I didn't have a chance to do all that stuff in uniform as being participating in everything, and Blair didn't either. So we typically do our own video and photos and everything, but we didn't get the chance to do that on this one. We had a nice winding down evening, and packing up the house and packing up uniforms, and getting ready to get on the road, because the next trip was
headed
a
west.
2,000-mile journey west. Stay tuned for our review of our harvest host, our trip across the Midwest, and the fun things we get to do in between.
So our cupcakes were from Sam's
Club. We use the same thing for our wedding, which is fabulous.
Yeah, so good. And our cake was from Cuppity Cakes.
Cuppity?
Or Cuppity Cupcakes. Nope. It was Carolina Cuppity Cakes in Port Royal or Beaufort, South Carolina. And they did a fabulous job.
And they did it that day.
Yeah, so I placed the order months ago and sent them pictures of what we wanted done. And of course, they don't want the cake to go bad, so they bake it and make it. And they called me the day before, and they were specific on what we wanted. And crazy.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Got it done that afternoon, delivered it the next morning.
And we had food catered from Jim and Nick's.
We did.
Jim and Nick's. Like Jim and Nick's.
Yeah.
Which is delicious. Yeah. We ate that for days.
Yeah, we left some for the...
We left some for the staff, the Brigham Brew, well. and then we ate it. We still ate it for days.
Yeah, you did.
It was delicious.
Yeah, it was very good.
So anyway, thank you to all the people who supported us during the transition day and the start of a new chapter in our life. Yeah. And I am more than blessed to have had an amazing career, traveled the globe, and got to stand beside and shake hands with some of the most influential people of our time. Mm-hmm. I saw the world in war. I saw the world in peacetime. I saw humanitarian efforts, and I saw the best and worst humanity has to offer. And I am so grateful that I got a chance to wear that cloth of a Marine and to get to call myself a Marine. So really unique. Semper Fi Marines out there, I love you all. Thanks for welcoming me home and seeing me on to my next chapter. I got to visit my old squad bay and see my old rack and show Blair where I got put in a pit as a young recruit. And as we drove across the causeway for that final time on active duty in uniform, it was a bittersweet moment. Semper Fi Marines, Sergeant Major Driver, United States Marine Corps, retired.